what you need to do to catch the type of person that you're trying to catch. No, no. You got money laid out all across the floor. Gonna pick your landlord's money up off the floor, or yeah, like that money is not yours, obviously. Nobody has money to just throw around everywhere. I wish I understood the thought process behind it, like what kind of statement it was supposed to make. Um, I get it that you want people to think that you have it like that, but in most cases you don't. Because you look bummy as shit in your profile picture and all of your other photos. Meanwhile, it's a dating site, so you need to have pictures of your body and what you look like to showcase yourself, not your fucking $800 check that you just got that 500 of it has to go to rent. No, thank you. So now, fellas, you've actually gotten the chance to write the female, and the female decides to write you back, okay? For whatever reason, maybe it was something she liked about what you said, or she thinks you're attractive. Okay, whatever the case may be, you're here now. We're writing back and forth, writing back messages. So I tell you one thing that'll really, really mess you up is giving misleading information on your profile, whether it be what you look like or your body type, any of that. But also a big thing is if you have a car or if you have a job and all of that good stuff. When you lie about stuff like that, eventually it's got to come out. So you're exchanging messages back and forth, and the guy seems cool or whatever, and then when you actually talk about dates and things like that, sometimes you'll get somebody who will actually come clean and tell you, well, hey, I actually don't have a car, or yeah, I'm not really working right now. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't feel sorry for you. Like, yeah, everybody has it rough, but you should not be on any type of dating site whatsoever trying to date somebody if you don't have shit to bring to the table. If you don't have a car, you can't pick me up for a date, even if I needed you to. You don't have a job, so you don't have money for a date. You don't have a cell phone, which means we really have no real means of communication. So, therefore, you have nothing. What are you on the online dating site trying to date for? You need to have your ass up at Sears or fucking something. You need to be somewhere looking for a job. Like, you don't need to be trying to find some fine chicks online. You need to be online looking for you a job. You need to be trying to see if the zoo is hiring. Anyway, that's what kills it every time. You're giving misleading information. If you don't have a job, if you don't have a car and all of that, you then don't put it on your profile. And you know the reason why guys don't put that on there is because it'll look bad. No female is gonna want to talk to you in her right mind unless she's stupid, and but actually want to talk to you if you have nothing. So it all applies to itself. Like, you don't have anything. You don't want the female to know this right off the bat because you're afraid she won't talk to you. She's not going to talk to you anyway because you still don't have any of that. So you need to be extracting your attention to getting yourself together. And I had to tell this guy that flat out, and I'm sure he didn't like it. I wasn't a bitch about it or anything like that, but he was writing me back and forth and talking about, hanging out and going on a date or whatever. And when he started telling me that he lived at home, didn't have a car, and did have a job supposedly, but hours were getting cut, I just told him, like, oh, well, sounds like you're probably in a position where you're trying to get yourself together. I totally understand. Have a nice life. And he wrote me back like, damn, like, okay, what more do you want me to say? You don't have anything. I'm not gonna get mixed up in what a lot of women do. Get involved with somebody who doesn't have anything, and then later on down in a year or months or whatever, then she's complaining. Oh, I'm tired of fitting the bill all the time. I'm tired of him taking my car and dropping me off at work. Negative. I will never be that chick. I'm sorry. To all of you or any of you who have been in that position and you do that, you let your man take your car while you go to work and he's either looking for a job or whatever the case may be, I'm sorry. That can't be me. If you don't have your stuff together, we can't do anything. Because if we're trying to build, there is no possible way that you can build with nothing. You need some type of material. Okay, so we're going to get all the way off misleading information because that's an important thing. Talking about sex. Talking about sex too early can really turn a female off, especially me. There is a such thing as talking about it too early. To be honest with you, I would say for men who do not know when is the right time or when it's not, I'm gonna let you in on something. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to stress it. You don't have to wonder. Uh, it's been a few weeks. Is now a good time? No. You should let the woman bring that up. Let the woman bring it up and talk to you about it if she feels comfortable. Only if she feels comfortable though. When you bring it up, it makes it seem like that's all you're interested in. And hell, if that's all you're interested in and you're trying to smooth talk her and make her think that you're into something more or you want more from her, shit, at least play the shit off good. Like the secret's out. You know what I mean? So that's an important thing. Do not bring up sex too early, fellas. Don't do it. Also, first time we meet, the first time we meet should be a date. I don't know if your parents didn't raise you right, your father didn't sit you down on the porch and have that conversation with you, but a man is supposed to ask a woman out on a date. The first time you hang out should be a date out in public somewhere. Dinner, movie, bowling, something. My idea of a first date is not you coming over to my house, because for one, that's never going to happen anyway. Nor am I going to come over to your house. So dudes kill me, and I say this for online dating because it happens a lot. Friends of mine have called me and told me different stories. Online dating, this is how it always happens. Guys who are either too cheap or don't have no money or don't have a car always say stuff like, "Oh well, man, I want to see you. I was thinking maybe I could slide through." Slide through where? Like, oh, I was thinking about sliding through your place. You couldn't have been thinking about sliding through my place because, yeah, that would never happen. So let's definitely get one thing straight. You are not coming over my place. I'm not coming over to your place, especially when I don't know you. So you can just forget that out your head. And most females with a good head on their shoulders is not gonna go for that. A date is exactly what it sounds like. We need to go out somewhere, be able to talk, be able to get to know one another, and have a good time. Having a good time is not going to be you coming over my crib, laying up, or sitting and talking. No, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. So you either need to have money for a date, or you don't need to be dating. Let's just leave it at that, okay? So, fellas, take notes. You don't have no money, you don't have no car, you don't have no date. Point blank, period. Last but not least, dudes who are too thirsty. Just too damn thirsty. Just like hitting you up nonstop. Hey, what you doing? What you about to do? You want to do something? No, I don't. Oh, I was just trying to see what was going on with you. I'm at work where your ass need to be. Like, there is a such thing as too much. Me and you both need to be on the same page. It's all right to text the person or call them and, keep their interest there. Let them know that you're interested. But there is a such thing as too much. Don't hound a person. Don't bug them to fucking death. And that's what thirsty dudes do. Dudes who don't have a job, who don't have a car. A lot of times with somebody who's going to lie to you, that's the easiest way to tell. You see on the guy's profile, he says that he has a job, yet when are you at work? All day yesterday you text me the whole day and was calling me. All day today you've been texting and calling me. And I haven't been able to pick up because I've been at work. What's your excuse? So just don't, if you're thirsty, don't show it. At least in the beginning, wait a little while and get the girl attached to you first, and maybe that'll work. So moving on along to an actual date. Like, you're down to the actual date. You're past the first impression appearance. You're past talking online. You've exchanged numbers, made arrangements for a date. Here we are. Date day. You get to the restaurant and you have in your mind what this guy looks like from the pictures that you've seen. And if you're anything like me, you're going in thinking, Lord, please, please, please let him look the same way that he did on those profile pictures. And you get there, and he's turned with his back towards you, and he turns around, and he looks like a fucking sea monkey or some shit. Like, that is my worst fear. And to be honest with you, that shit has happened to me before. Meet somebody and they seem so cool, and maybe they don't seem all of that fine, but they're attractive. And then you get there and they don't look anything like their profile picture, or it's something about their appearance that's off from what you was able to see on the photos, and you're like, what do I do? This stuff happens all the time. I went on one date with this guy, and online he looked like a nice chocolate dime piece. I get to the restaurant, he turns around and his fucking teeth kind of jump out of his mouth like a beaver. I mean, I was not prepared for that, so I don't even think I was able to catch my face expression in time. Like, it overtook me. It took me by surprise. I just really didn't know what to do. Another date I went on, and this guy had skin like seal. I mean, he would again look like a nice chocolate drop. And I get on the date, and he's got fucking seal skin on one side. And I wonder why all his photos was one side. It was because he had seal skin. Seal the singer? Yes. Seal the singer, you know how his skin is all fucked up and look all ate up? Yes, that's how dude's skin look. And what could I do but just continue to date? I couldn't do that. I had to continue to date. It was so sad. Things that could be frustrating for a woman on the actual date. You gotta have appropriate conversation. There is a such thing as appropriate etiquette and appropriate conversation for a first date. You're still in the first impression stage. You still want the person to like you because they don't know enough about you to just like you just cuz. You gotta know what's cool to talk about and what's not. What's not cool to talk about is anything sad, anything depressing. Don't tell me anything that is gonna make me want to like jump off of a cliff. Like, I just met you, because everything should be happy right now. Like, everything should be all smiles and Hallmark cards. We should be chilling, having a good time. I went on this date with this guy, and granted, he did get to date 3. We got to date 3, having a good time, talking and whatnot, chilling. And then he starts telling me about, well, I guess 3 to 4 months before he had met me, when he tried to kill himself. Yep, he told me about potential suicide. Safe to say that situation's over and done with. I don't even remember his name. Anyway, that's besides the point. Just don't talk about sad shit. Nothing depressing, nothing sad. Don't tell me about your mom who had cancer a couple years back. Don't tell me about your brother who died when you was 2. Like, I mean, if that just kind of happens to come up, if I ask, like, so how many brothers do you have? And you're like, oh, I had one brother, he died. Okay, like, I can deal with that. But don't just spark up a conversation about death or cancer. Like, I can't. Just don't do it. So anyway, I done got everything I had to say about the online dating thing. If you guys have any comments or questions, anything, if you feel where I'm coming from on this, if you've had these same scenarios and situations happen to you guys, let me know about it. Like, I like to know this stuff. So leave me a comment or question or anything like that. Those of you who have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. There's so much more to come. I have so many ideas for different videos I want to do. This is not the end. So follow me, and we're going to keep it moving, all right? Y'all be good.